Hey coaches, today we're going to answer a very, very important question. Can you help your athletes' mobility, or do they need to go somewhere else? So this is something that's out there a lot, right? There's all these tips and tricks on how to mobilize, and some of them work some of the time. And the reason why is when you have a mobilization or an exercise that actually gets down to the athlete's specific dysfunction, it's successful. The problem is right now there's just this quagmire of information out there, and it's just like, if you feel this, do this, and you'll be fine. And it doesn't always work that way. And then there's a lot of, just kind of stuff out there that people are kind of stumbling around in the dark and just trying these things, and they're not sure if it's working, or they say, oh, that just doesn't work, it didn't work for me, or oh, this worked for me, it'll work for you. So how do we get to the bottom of that? So it's a very simple way to go about doing this. You guys know our tests, right? You know the toe touch test. You know the heel to butt, the butt to heel, the ankle dorsiflexion, all the shoulder stuff. You know all that stuff. So what you do with an athlete, how do you find out if you can help them with their restricted test? Well, first of all, you need to establish that there is a restricted test. If somebody has full range of motion, there's no need to intervene with any sort of mobilization. They have it. You need to move on to something else. That's where you start to look at our strength assessments and really start to say, okay, they have the length, but their muscles aren't transmitting force properly across that joint. So once you've established a short or painful test, whatever that may be, you're going to have an intervention, right? You're going to give them a mobilization, you're going to give them an exercise to do. And then you're going to retest them, right? When you retest them, if they're now passing, so if they were short, now they're full, good job. Now you know you can help them, at least in the short term, right? Are they closer? Maybe they're not fully passing, but they got a lot closer. Great. You can now have an impact on their mobility, at least in the short term. Or if it was full, but now it's full and less painful, that's also good. These are all signs that you can have a positive influence on that athlete's joint health in the short term, right? And the reason why I say short term is there's a lot of reflexive changes that'll happen after a mobilization, right? They might come in the next day and their test is the same, and same pain, same length, right? And that might happen over and over and over again. So this might be a short-term solution that somebody can use in a pinch, but you can now track long-term. So say you test this and they're short and painful on day 1, you give them a mobilization, it helps them out. You test them again day 30 and they're passing, great. You've had a profound, absolutely profound impact on that athlete's joint health and their ability to perform. Now, on the other hand, right, if they're short or painful, you do a test and everything's the same length, same pain, you're not helping it. Not with that exercise anyway. I would encourage you to look for some other things. You can go on our YouTube channel and join our coaches page and really start to mine some different things out. But whatever you just did had no effect. It didn't do anything. So you need to move on. Now, there are some things that just won't be able to be affected by any tool in the gym, right? There's some bony structures that changes that happen at the shoulder, the hip, the ankle, the knee that you might not be able to do, and that even a hands-on therapist can't help. But you're not going to be able to know that. So if you're constantly trying different modalities and you're still not able to help that athlete, the best thing you can do to help them is to get them to a professional that knows what's going on, right? Find someone in your area that you can relate to, that relates to an active population, and really start to develop a relationship with them. And if they're providing good results for the people you send them, that's your person, okay? So really quickly, you can't have an impact on everybody's mobility, but you might be able to, and it's going to take a little trial and error. But you actually need to go through the trial. So short test, intervene, make a change, did it objectively get better, you be the judge and make it happen.